Coach Fralick.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a really tough finish for our season, but a lot of credit to NC State. I thought they played outstanding. I felt like kind of ran into a buzzsaw. They shot the ball really, really well. So, what I shared with the team after is a game isn't our season. I think it doesn't feel great to finish with a game like this, but there's things that are happening in our program that we're really proud of. We feel like we're keep building. If we made it a game further this year, I think it was the first NCAA tournament win in Michigan State program in 6 years. So really proud of our collective season, really proud of our girls, seniors that we love so much. So it's hard to have a last game with them that have meant so much to me personally and to our program. But really proud of our team and the work that we've done over the course of a year. Tonight, I wish it went a little bit differently, but a lot of credit to NC State. Their team that was in the Final Four a year ago, and lots of luck to them as they keep moving through. They're a really good team.
Next segment, we will address questions to our student athlete, Grace Van Sluten, who had a double-double, 15 points and 11 rebounds. If anyone on the Zoom has a question, raise your hand. Anyone in the room have a question, please raise your hand and wait for the microphone. Over here to the right. And please identify yourself.
Tom Shanahan, Spartan Mag. Grace, kind of follow up on what Coach said. Where do you see the program going? It's a tough day today, but where do you see the program going?
Yeah, I think I only see it going up, just how hard everybody works in the program, the culture that surrounds it. The only way we can go is up. So, I'm really excited to put in a lot of work this off season and really get better so that overall the whole program can get better.
Question in the room? To the back on the right.
Bob Sutton with the AP. Grace, did it just seem like an avalanche hit you guys when they were hitting those shots and they just wouldn't miss? What was the feeling there?
A little bit of frustration, Obviously, like Coach said, that's not the way that, you want to go out. But all credit to NC State. They played a great game. And, we're knocking down all their shots. And, I don't know. There was just – it's kind of like speechless, you don't really know what to do when a team is doing that. But really happy to be here with this team and, happy that we got it to round of 32.
Over here to the left.
Brian Pearl, hold in the middle. Brian Pearl, Pat Pride on 24/7 Sports. Y'all switched to the zone a few times this year on defense. We've seen NC State kind of struggle when teams switch to the zone. Was that something y'all went into as part of the scout, and what kind of allowed them to find some holes in the defense there?
Yeah, I think the scout is kind of we need to own the paint, and we went in and it was kind of the opposite is what happened. So it's unfortunate, but they played a great game.
Over here to the right.
Lindsay Gibbs with Power Plays. Obviously, so soon after the loss, but looking back at this season, what are you going to take from it overall?
I think first and foremost, the relationships I made. I have some really awesome teammates, and I'm really, really grateful for them, and I think coming from this season, I've learned a lot. I think, I've improved so much, both mentally and physically. I think my game has just gone to a new level, and I'm really, really grateful for that. And, it all starts at the coaching staff with recruiting, players that want to work hard, because that is the culture that's at Michigan State. So, just really, really grateful for the season and the people that I met, and I had a lot of fun.
Over here to the left, please.
Obviously, Reynolds Coliseum is a tough place to play, but y'all had a sizable Spartan presence come on down here. Just what does it mean for y'all and for this program to have that representation on the road in a tough environment?
Yeah, it means a lot. Our fans all season have been amazing. I've never played in front of people who care so much for, women's basketball, and they always show out no matter who we're playing. And, credit to NC State. I've never seen a crowd like that. I've never played in an environment like that. And, their fans really showed out today, and, it makes it a little bit of fun to play in front of a crowd like that. So, I love our fans, and expecting the same next season.
Any more questions for Grace? All right, Grace, thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Another steal. We'll continue now with Coach Fralick. Questions in the room? Back row to the right.
Robyn, not to mention, you were facing a deficit, and looks like you had not been in those type of holes for the most part this season. So, did that just add another element of something else you have to kind of conquer here for the last couple of quarters?
The first quarter, really got us on our heels, and we've been a team though that's been behind and roared our way back, many times. So we've been a team that's been able to go on runs, and we've typically been able to do it with our defense and being able to kind of be disruptive. And tonight, we never got that run. I thought the start was hard. They made a lot of shots, and we had some early that we missed, and those feel critical, especially with just sort of the momentum of the game. But we're a team I never feel like we're down and out. We've played against top teams in the country and battled our way and fought our way back. And tonight, we never had that sort of momentum shift. But credit to NC State. I mean, I thought they played a really, really good basketball. And when you make all your shots, the game gets a little bit easier too.
Front row to the right.
Yesterday, North Carolina State talked about how they didn't want to have a physical game like they did when they're in their loss to Duke. How much of a difference did that make that they hit so many early open shots that it was going to be more their type of game?
I mean, and honestly, going into the scout, so much of NC State's success has been being efficient in the paint. They're a team that makes 7 threes a game, so it's a part of their game, but it's not like the main part. And so tonight, when they, were just hot, opposite of ice, when they were just hot from three, all of a sudden the game becomes really hard because they're also hard to guard in space, right? So, and it started early, so I thought that got us spaced out a little bit early too. But credit to them, good team. Their guards are very dynamic, and that also made it hard for us to pressure them in the full court, just because they have 3 guards that can really kind of whiz them up and down the court, and we're hard to contain.
Back to the left.
Obviously, y'all played in a lot of large crowds playing Big Ten basketball, but how much, Reynolds is also a really good environment, how much preparation went into preparing for this environment, and how do you think your team handled it?
I mean, I think our Big Ten season prepares us. We do play in sold-out crowds and huge, fan bases, and Reynolds Arena is the same, right? They have a great fan base. So we went in knowing we had to be really sharp with making sure we had nonverbals. No, they have the fan base made it fun. I mean, I think that's what this platform's for. I love that the top 16 teams host. I love that for our game. I think it makes you really work to earn that. And then I think it makes the competitive environment, it's a challenge if you're on the road, but it makes the game very much a tournament atmosphere. So I think we've played in tough environments all year, but, we had that again tonight.
Coach, one of the stats that kind of stood out to me is you guys create like 22 turnovers a game. Today, NC State only turned it over 11 times. Mm-hmm. For them, that might be a high number. For your defense, that's a little low number. Why was it so difficult to turn them over?
They have great guard play. So that makes it tricky. They don't have a primary ball handler. They have multiple that, and then, they shot it so well. So all of a sudden, you're really spaced out, which it's harder to be disruptive. And then the same thing, we didn't score. So when you don't score, it's hard to get your defense really set or your press set or get into your spots.
Back to the left.
Talk to Coach more, him going against you when he was coaching and you were still in your playing days. What was what was it like facing him as now in a coach-on-coach matchup, and what kind of was that post-game conversation like?
Oh, I mean, he congratulated us on a season. He also said he thought they played great. It felt like we ran into a little bit of a buzzsaw, but he's one of the best coaches in our game. He's won for a long time at every level, at a high level. So, yeah, I think he does a great job, and he's done a great job for a long time at a lot of places. And, you know, I think they got a really good team that can continue to make a run in the tournament.
Coach, this was a season low in scoring for you. What was the difficulties and why you guys couldn't score against NC State?
Well, when our defense didn't create offense, which that's a part of our offense. It's not the whole part, but it is a part. So I thought that's probably the biggest part of it. And then when you're not getting a lot of stops, it's also hard to, it becomes a little bit more challenging to score when the defense is always set.
Any more questions in the room? If not, Coach Fralick, thanks for your time, and thanks.
All right, thanks,
Congrats
Rob.
on a great season.
Yeah, thank you.